So here I am under the truck, trying not to be as pissed off as I actually am. I don't have time to do all this stuff. And I'm kind of sick and tired of having to chase after things that I paid thousands of dollars for a shop to do, and it doesn't get done correctly. I need to drain this because I left out the transfer case breather, which means all that time I'm splashing up in there on Barracks Trail last month, I could have been putting water into this. So I need to do that before I head down to Winter Jamboree this weekend. So I need to drain this out, put new fluid in, and that's just for surety's sake. I shouldn't have to be doing that when the rebuild is this brand new on this thing. That pisses me off. I need to do an oil change and that kind of stuff too, because the shop I handed it to, they spent so much time playing around with the steering, they didn't get to the oil change or this. And that may just be a function of them being short-handed. Everybody is short-handed these days. Kind of sick of that. If we could get the government to just stop doing the welfare bullcrap, people would actually work. I don't have time for this, so I got to be fast about this. I'm not sure how much of a video you're going to get out of this. Here's a fun thing. According to this tag, I do have an NP246. I always thought I had the 243. This says it's the 246. Curious. I'm going to go look up what the exact differences are, but that may be why my transmission guy was so adamant that when I do this, I need to use only the transmission or the transfer case fluid that is built for, made for the auto track style ones, because the clutches and things are in there. He says you got to get the right viscosity, and ATF is not going to do it. So this being a 246, that's what I got to do. Alright, that's the blue stuff. So the auto track stuff used to come in blue a lot. Now times you find it in red too, but you just got to read your package pretty well. Because I found this stuff. Oh. Found this stuff from Valvoline, labeled as transfer case fluid. And it is made for auto track and other type transfer cases that do have a slip clutch type thing in there. So that's what you're supposed to use. I'm hoping I don't find water in this thing at all. And it's still below freezing out here and snowing. It clearly says do not use impact tools right there. They cranked that down hard. Freaking stupid. Sometimes once you open the fill tube, it'll let it pour out faster. Stuff doesn't smell too good. I don't know. Let that drip out. Like I said, Valvoline transfer case fluid made for auto track transmissions. I use Valvoline for a lot of things. Have for years. Interesting. This particular pump is not made to go over small bottles. Made quick work of that quart. I think it takes a little bit more than 2 quarts is what we were figuring. Still a bunch in this one. Alright, that's gonna be fun. We'll play these games. Guess there wasn't that much in there as I thought. Quarter of the line inside, I got about 8 ounces. It was dribbling out a little bit. I'm wondering. If I pull that out. Nope, it's not over full yet, so we need more. I think that should be full by now. The answer is yes. Alright, now on to the oil change. You've seen those 100 times, you've seen them all. Alright. Once again, I'm going and corking my stuff on. There we go. Not much in the way of metal on it. Oil's maybe a hair darker than I might like, but it is at about 6,000 miles. So I'm 1,000 miles overdue from what I normally do. Alright, that Lucas engine oil, in the old days used to call that kind of stuff engine honey. It definitely goes in consistency of honey. It's supposed to save the top end of your engine, keep things lubed up high better, so the cold starts are a little less rough on the engine, especially engines this old. And when this thing's 25 years old and 211,000 miles now. Still not convinced you actually save money by doing the oil yourself. Time, you can argue that one way or another as well. But what I do get by doing this is I'm under the hood, I'm under the truck, I'm looking at everything. I'm checking and making sure castle nuts aren't backing off because their cotter pins are missing. I think it's better that way, at least, that I'm the one looking under here. I see what's going on with my truck and what I might need to address. I can check all the other fluids while I'm waiting for that engine honey from Lucas Oil to actually drain. And I can make sure I'm ready for a good long road trip to southern Utah. And I only get one day of wheeling because I still got to work tomorrow as well. But yeah, so that's 2 quarts of the Lucas and 5 quarts of this Valvoline here. All of it high mileage type stuff. 5W30 as the engine's always called for. No big deal. It's just it's below freezing out here, and I had hoped to have already had this done and not have to use my time on this. I have other things I need to get done. But, excuse my whininess, definitely not good at following Marcus Aurelius' advice. Never be heard complaining, not even to yourself. It's a goal. Someday I'll get there. There is a part of me that, yeah, 20 some odd years ago when I had my first vehicles and doing all the work myself, there's a part of me that likes it. Harkens back to those good old days when oil was cheap and it was cheaper to do it yourself. Nowadays I think it's kind of a wash, but so many shops are so short-handed. Time again, there's your argument. The time's not. It might take me less time to just do it myself instead of having to wait in line for 2 or 3 hours for them to be able to get to it. And I'm going to take it to a real shop when I do an oil change, someone that'll rotate the tires, grease everything, because that's the other thing I still need to do. I need to hit every Zerk fitting with some grease, and I'm out of time for that today, so that'll be tomorrow. Yeah, well, what fun. Alright, you come this far, appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.